The elimination method is a method used to solve systems of equations in which one of the variables is eliminated. That's why it's called the elimination method. By adding or subtracting two equations of the system. And this will make sense in a moment. Steps in the elimination method. We either add or we subtract. That's part of the elimination method. The equations to eliminate one variable and then solve for the other variable. You substitute the value. Once you've solved for one variable, you substitute the value in either original equation to find the value of the eliminated variable. And then you write the solution as an ordered pair. An ordered pair is in X, Y format. So let's take a look at some examples. So this first example is this problem right here, right? We have basically negative 2x plus y is equal to 3. And then we also have 3x minus y is equal to negative 2. So using the elimination method, I can simply add these two things together. So when I add these together, 3x and negative 2x is equal to x. And then this right here eliminates, hence the elimination method. And then 3 minus 2. So x is equal to 1. If x is equal to 1, then I can substitute the value of 1 into the other equation. 3x minus y equals negative 2. Now I know x is 1. So 3 times 1 minus y is equal to a negative 2. Now I can solve for y. 3 minus y is equal to negative 2. So what happens if I subtract 3 from both sides? I'm going to get negative y is equal to negative 5. Then divide by a negative 1. You're going to get y is equal to 5. So in this problem 1 here, the example number 1, the solution using the elimination method was 1 and 5. Number 2, I'm going to write right here. If I have 7x plus y is equal to a negative 4, and then 2x minus y is equal to 1, I can add these two things together. 7 and 2, 9x. That becomes 0. 9x is equal to negative 4 and positive 1. So 9x is equal to negative 3. Divide both sides by 9. X is equal to negative 1/3. Now that I know that x is equal to negative 1/3, I can substitute it in for the value of x and determine y. So I have 2 times the negative 1/3 minus y equals 1. So this is basically a negative 2/3 minus y equals 1. If I add 2/3 to both sides, you get negative y is equal to 5/3. And then divide by negative 1, you get y is equal to negative 5/3. So the answer to this problem is x is 1/3, y is negative 5/3. So now I've run out of room, at least on this notepad here. So I'm going to have to erase this work. So this is your chance now to write down these first two examples. So I'm erasing this work now, and I'm going to do the other two examples with the open space that I have here. Of course, hopefully you can write right in the space that you have, but perhaps not. But in any event, you can see these other two examples as I continue to work them out. So here's two more examples of the elimination method. Here's example, let me fix that. Let me see. Here's example 3. Let's pick a different color. Example 3. So if I have 2x plus y is equal to a negative 6, and then negative 5x plus y is equal to 8, I need one of the y's to be negative. So one way to do that is multiply this one, whole thing, by a negative 1. When I do that, I get 5x minus y equals negative 8, and I can cancel that out. Now let's try to add these together. The positive y and negative y will cancel. 2 plus 5, 7x. Minus 6 and minus 8 is minus 14. Divide both sides by 7. X is equal to a negative 2. Now if x is equal to a negative 2, I can plug that value back into the equation. Doesn't matter which one I pick, either one will let me solve for y. So let me plug in negative 2 for the value of x. Negative 5 times negative 2 plus y is equal to 8. All right, I just picked this original equation. Negative 5 times negative 2 is 10. 10 plus y is equal to 8. Subtract 10 from both sides. You get y is equal to a negative 2. So the answer to this is negative 2 and negative 2. Okay, so now I'm going to do example 4, and I'm going to pick purple. But I'm going to have to erase all this work, so if you want to write it down, you got to write it down at this point in time. And now I'm going to erase the work. So there's quite a few steps to these, but I don't want you to get hung up on how many steps there are. The steps themselves are repeatable. And let's try here number 4. So example 4, right here. If I have 8x minus 6y is equal to 36, and then I have minus 2x plus 6y is equal to 0, right? Hopefully you can see the same thing. I can eliminate the y variables simply by adding the two linear equations together. 8 minus 2, 6x. And then this cancels. 6x is equal to 36. divide both sides by 6, x is equal to 6. Now that I know what x is equal to, I can substitute the value back into one of the original equations. X is 6, so minus 2 times 6 plus 6y equals 0. Minus 12 plus 6y equals 0. Now I add 12 to both sides. 6y is equal to 12. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. Y is equal to 2. The answer to this is the ordered pair 6, 2.